Raymond Crawford here. It's been a while since I posted a audio video here on YouTube in quite some time. Uh, it's one of my passions. I would not call myself an audiophile, but more of an audio enthusiast. I don't have the deep pockets of others who I can go out and just continually buy new gear, and I don't have the contacts with a lot of companies that send me gear. So I kind of do a video whenever I upgrade a piece of equipment and go from there. The big hoopla of the summer, or right before the summer, has been this DMP A6 from Eversolo. I have been in the market for a new streamer for quite some time. Just to give you a little background, I think this is what's important. I watch a lot of the videos by some of the well-known people, just to give a list of them: Andrew Robinson and Christie, Darko Audio, Steve Huff, just name a few who reviewed this product, or I say this brand. There's several streamers that are out there, and I went with the A6 because I felt that it fit what I have already in a way. If you look over my shoulder, you can see my old Touch, which still plays great. I have several of these throughout my home, probably in each part of my system, even out in the back patio. I have a Touch hooked into the system. So what I'm looking at now with this new DMP A6, bigger screen, and it gives me something I already have that I like, which is the cover art. That has been a big seller for me. Now, like I say, going back to my background, I started way back in the turn of the century. That might be an old classic term, but I had my first streaming device going back as far as something that was made by Netgear, had no DAC in it. It just basically ran with a lot of software from JRiver, Napster, LimeWire, whatever you had put on your computer. And if you were able to hardwire it, it would play it. And it had a little Wi-Fi. I think it was Wi-Fi B back then. So the connection was not very good, and it would skip and stop and do a lot of other things. Around 2006, I stumbled upon Slim Device. And this is the puppy right here that sold me into Squeezebox world. Okay. This thing right here gave me everything I was looking for at the time, which was at least one, a strong signal, two, great fidelity in the sound of the music. 2006. Okay. So I've been stuck with the Squeezebox line for quite some time. I even had their flagship model, the Transporter. May it rest in peace. It died on me right around 2015. I picked it up around 2010, 2015, I think it died. But that thing was amazing. I hear you guys talking about the VU meters and everything else. If you Google Slim Device Transporter, this thing had VU meters on it, gave you all the information at the same time about the track number. I believe even gave you the level of the audio that you were playing. You want to slide over everything else. With that being said, when the Touch came out, the Touch kind of took it to the next level with the album art. Okay, that really intrigued me, and I would say that because I am one at my age when we used to buy records, albums. Looking at the album art was kind of like reading a book, and that was a big thing. Just like in my parents' age, my parents grew up during the Depression. So one of the big things for them was having indoor plumbing. For my age, it was getting a remote control to control all your devices. That's one of the big things I saw in everybody's video, is that they kept talking about the apps on your phone, the app on a tablet. That doesn't go over very well with me at all. When I come home from work, my phone goes on the charger. My keys are here on my desk. You know, everything else, ID badge, all that kind of stuff is here. I don't walk around my house with my phone attached to my hip, looking to operate anything else I have. So, like I said, having a remote control, I was kind of taken aback because I didn't see that until I saw, I think it was another video by Darko. He mentioned it, but he said he couldn't get it. Well, I made sure when I looked around for it, I found it and I got it. So this is not, in my opinion, not revolutionary, because that touch back there, touch screen or remote control, you can do either one. It streams just about everything that this device streams. Now, you want to talk about the DAX, yeah, definitely the DAX in this A6, much better. The ESS chip is something I've been familiar with, and several items that I own are against the family. I know when the transporter had AK chips, 4396. The Classic had the brown burrs in them. And right now I have a touch in the living room of my house hooked up to the audio AK something 6, which has the ESS chip in it. It has the 9018 chip. And I run that through, I run the touch digitally into this DAC, and then the DAC, I run it RCAs out the back of that thing into a 10-band equalizer, because it's in a room that's not standard, has a vaulted ceiling, so I have to control the sound a lot more. And eventually it outputs through a crown amp to a pair of nice speakers. But like I tell everybody else, everybody talks about the sound quality and everything else. And I always tell people, sound is subjective based upon a couple of factors: your hearing ability, your taste in music, room acoustics. All these things come into play and what something may sound like or what you think it sounds like. And that's what I always tell people when you do a demo, YouTube demo, what the case may be, sound demo, use acoustic music. It comes across a lot better, allows people to hear some of the nuances in a recording, especially a little bit of raspiness in a voice, like Norah Jones, or you hear the fingers going across the guitars, like in several different artists like that. These are things that really stand out to people when you're listening. When you're playing electronic music, it just kind of comes across as this sound, and it's nothing differentiating. You can't tell the separation of the guitars, the woodwinds, or anything else in the music itself. And that's where the difference in quality of sound. When I tell people when they're demoing speakers are made to reproduce natural sounds, not electronic sounds, natural sounds of instruments and so forth. So that's the difference on that. But let me digress back to this streamer / DAC. I haven't even hooked it up to my system because I have one other device I want to talk about real quick, that I went ahead and bought the Pioneer Elite N50 a few years ago. I think it was around 2018 I picked that up. Sounds amazing. Very good DAX in that thing. I didn't even look up to see what was in it, but I think it has either the AKs or the ESS chips in that one. Very amazing sound comes out of that thing. You can boost your music up to 32-bit, but the real drawback on that is that it does not have its own OS in it. It has to rely upon third-party OSs. Twonky was one of the main ones with it, and Twonky kind of got a little funky, and it no longer operates with the N50 anymore. Plex is more video orientated, to how it handles things. It's not really music friendly to what I like to do. I'm big on playlists and so forth, and maybe I'm just not enough. I've not got enough in depth into Plex to create playlists the way I used to do it. So I have stayed with my touches. If I want to play individual tracks, I use the Pioneer M50 just to hear that quality of sound that I like to hear. But when I'm just having, like here in my office, if I'm doing something computer and I want to hear some nice music and in a room here, I turn on the touch, hit my playlist, or I'll put it on one of the streaming services. I like Pandora. For me, it's old school. Everybody else, I can play Tidal on this thing. I can play Spotify and some of the other ones, Deezer, some other things that are out there that is still supported by these devices. So, like I said, this device here, the Eversolo, it's not something new per se, but it's just, I would say it's brought up to the 21st century and all the different elements that I was used to with several different slim devices or Logitech touch devices that I have throughout my home. So, like I say, that's my take on it. I like to break it in a little more to see, not to see what it does, because like I said, I'm a very basic guy. I ripped all my CDs onto a server, and that's the way how I roll. I don't stream very often from third-party streamers. I like to, play my own music that I own. I purchased over the years. Like I said, I think myself as a baby boomer, I was born to the best time of music, to where I enjoy the introduction of the Motown sound, rock and roll, R&B, jazz, all the different genres that you can have to play. And I also seen a lot of the technology from regular little fold-out record players to reel-to-reels, cassettes, 8-tracks, to CDs, and now we have digital music in different formats, from FLAC to DSD and everything else in between. So, like I say, I think I was born at the right time in the right place to enjoy all this technology and be able to implement it into my systems throughout my house. So no matter if I'm on the back patio, on my outdoor system, which has a touch in it, and going through my backyard speakers, or in the bedroom, master bedroom, in the living room, in the family room, or here in my office, I can share all that music from one source. So I'll do another video soon. So like I said, I hope this was a little insight on what I think, and I'll get back to you about if there is any real big difference between sound quality, which I hear it is. So I'm waiting to see. But I just want to let people know, if you've been around a little bit, you'll know that all this interface stuff and everything else is not new tech. It just might be a little bit polished up and shiny. See you guys later. Bye.